So from the description, you all know why you're here. So because I have a lot of interstate followers and things like that, I thought it would be awesome just to do a video, because this is something that I actually do in a class, so with actual people. But being interstate, that means that I don't get to see a lot of my Vic followers and chat to you about all the essential oils. So I really wanted to do a little compressed version of what I would usually do in a home essentials class. And that way you guys can still be a part of it and learn a little bit about the oils as well. So to start off with, you're obviously here because you'd like to learn a little bit about essential oils and incorporating them into your home and into your lifestyle, which is an amazing start. So we usually, to start off with, I would go around and ask everyone what they want to get out of it. Obviously, because I can't see you or hear you, then just have a think about it. Have a think about what you want to get out of the oils. Is it that you don't like using westernized medications such as Panadols and things like that? Are you having sleep issues? Are you having anxiety issues? Sort of, what do you want to get out of it? That's something that you guys need to have a think about. And then from then, I wanted to talk to you exactly what is an essential oil. So an essential oil is an oil that is derived from plants, woods, and other natural sources, flowers, things like that. And it can be extracted from the plant in a couple of different ways. So the main way for all of our citrus oils is through cold pressing. So that's where they just take the skin and they literally they press it out of the skin. So if you ever have an orange and put up your nose, and you can actually squeeze it and then you can smell it. That oil, that's the extraction that comes out. And then there's also steam distilling as well that doTERRA does. So those are the two main ways that they get their oils to us, and that's how they get them in the purest form, which means that there's no other chemicals that go into the oils. They're pure essential oils, and that's probably what makes them the best oils that you can buy. Definitely worth the money. So I started off with essential oils pretty much my whole life. It's something that mum's always had a lot of, and we always had a lot of smells and things like that around the house. She had a lot of incense as well, but I definitely didn't know that that's sort of the interaction that I had with them until I came back to them. I haven't always had them in my life. I sort of was there as a kid, having lavender and stuff like that, and then later on as I got older, that sort of subsided, and then just over the last couple of years I've sort of got back into using them, mainly because I get really bad headaches and was always looking for an alternative, because we were just going through so much Panadol and things like that, that I was just like, I don't need to be putting that kind of stuff in my body. And now that I am having our first baby, that's also another reason why would we use chemical stuff on our babies when we can reach for a natural solution instead. So that's sort of the main breakdown of where I'm at with oils, and something that, you know, might resonate with you, or there might be other reasons why you're looking to get involved, but either way, you're here and you've made a step in the right direction. So the Home Essentials kit is an enrollment kit. So it comes with 10 oils, 7 of them are single oils, so that it's just that one oil on its own, and then there's also 3 blended oils. You also get a diffuser as well, which means that you get the option of using the oils in the 3 main ways that we use them. So we use them aromatically, or that's like through the diffuser. And then we can also use them topically, so that's straight onto the skin. Things like if you have a cut, or if you have a burn, or if you've got pimples and you want tea tree oil, that's the topical that goes straight on. And then there's also internally. So internally is something that's completely up to you. If you're not safe, don't feel safe doing it, then don't do it, and always read the bottle, because some of them aren't actually able to be ingested, and doTERRA has them written on their side. So you just have to have a look there, and it will tell you exactly whether or not it's it's ingestible, or you can just ask me because I know all about them. So I personally do ingest them. I use bergamot when I have a tea in the morning. I use lemon with lemon water. I've had a couple of ulcers that come up in my mouth and I'm using oregano oil, things like that, and also peppermint. I use a lot of that in freshening with mouthwash and also in peppermint teas and things like that. So that's completely up to you though. There's so many different ways that you can ingest them and so many different benefits that you can get from ingesting them. So putting them under your tongue and or in capsules, things like that, but totally up to you. You don't have to do that if you don't feel like that's something that is aligned with what you want to do. So all of the oils in the essential oil, all the oils in the Home Essentials kit are made, the kit was made by doTERRA. They had a whole council that got together and they put all the top 10 oils that every household should use, that they need. So there's everything that you need there as a foundation to get started straight away. So there's things that will, oils that will help every system of your body, whether it be respiratory, lymphatic, your musculoskeletal system and your digestive system, your immune system, all of that. It's all covered all in these 10 oils, and they also range in different notes. So that's your base, middle and top notes. So if you are aware of aromatherapy and perfumes and that sort of stuff, so they all blend in together really, really nicely, and they can be blended to make certain scents and certain perfumes and things like that. Another thing that their oils all as a collective, as a group, have benefits for are your emotional, environmental, your physical and spiritual well-being, if you're down for spiritual well-being too. Some people aren't, some people are. So that's just totally up to you whether you're down for that. And pretty much that's, yeah, they're all-rounder oils. They're oils that you can use for so many different things. So like there's literally like hundreds of things that you could use lavender for. There's so many different things you can use lemon for, you know, things like that, that they have put this kit together so that you can get started straight away and start incorporating them into your life the easiest way possible. So they have the kit, which is the Home Essentials kit that I'm talking about, and then they also have a slightly downgraded version which has bottles that are smaller, but they don't come with a diffuser. So then you just have to either go and buy a diffuser, so you can get them from Kmart or things like that, or you just miss out on using them aromatically, which kind of, I wouldn't recommend doing that, just because the aromatic way of using them is probably the one that you're most familiar with and the one that probably makes the most sense to you, so it's definitely worth doing. Okay, so now I just want to go through briefly every oil that they have, and then we can sort of have a bit more of a chat about them. So starting off, I'm just going to do all the single blends first. So single ones are, let's start off with peppermint. So this is a peppermint bottle. They come in 15 ml bottles. So the 15 ml ones are these ones. And then there's also, how I said the kit beforehand is smaller. So they're only 5 ml. So you can see the difference between the two bottles there. So, okay, peppermint. So peppermint's really good for your respiratory system. Obviously you all know what peppermint smells like. It's a very intense version of probably peppermint essences that you've smelled before. So a little bit goes a long way, which is amazing because then it lasts so long. So there's about 250 drops in each bottle. So really good for calming upset tummies, and really good for invigorating focus, that kind of thing. I use it in the mornings. You can use it as mouthwash, so many different things. So we've got peppermint to start with. Next one that you probably all will know and probably all have a connection with at some point in your life is lavender. So lavender is something that we diffuse at night. Really good for relaxation, really good if you're diluting it, so that means using a coconut oil or using a different oil or butter underneath to dilute it. Really good for babies, really good for babies, which I'll be using probably a lot of on feet. Helps to calm the nervous system, helps, you know, with that sort of thing. It's called the natural sedative, so if you feel okay with sedating your kids naturally, get this one. Another good use for lavender is on burns. So think sunburn and actual burns. So if you've spilled hot water on yourself, it really helps to soothe the skin and is really good also in face moisturizers and things like that, as it also has properties of anti-aging. So a really good mixture for these two together, so that's the peppermint and the lavender, is on sunburn. Just put it in a little spritzer bottle with some water. Make sure you shake it up because the oils will sit on top of the water. So shaking it up, the lavender gets right into the skin and helps to soothe, and then the peppermint has a cooling effect on the skin, so it actually feels like it cools you down. The next oil, which is the best valued oil all around, literally it's like gold. It is quite expensive on its own, and that is the frankincense oil. So I've had my Home Essentials kit for about 12 months, I think, and I've been very sparing with my Frankie just because they are expensive and I don't really want to go and buy a new one. But I've been using it on in skincare mostly, and it's also a really good one to put under your tongue. It gets into all your systems and just helps to allow your body to work to its fullest potential. But I mostly use it again on burns if I've got a burn, or just in skincare, because it's been really good to put on my tummy with pregnancy. So no stretch marks yet, hopefully. The next one, which is probably another one that you're all very familiar with, is tea tree oil. So one thing I forgot to say is that one of the reasons why I personally chose doTERRA rather than just going out and buying any essential oils is because every oil comes from the place where it is most naturally sourced. So tea tree oils and eucalyptus oils actually come from Australia, and then your other oils, every oil comes from the actual country where it grows the best and the most abundantly. That way we're not putting up all these different farms and, you know, just taking them straight back down again, and we're actually getting the most out of every oil. It's in its prime, it's come from where it's most naturally grown. So tea tree oil, awesome for pimples, awesome for immune support, also good for, you know, gross things like warts and tinea and gross stuff like that. Moving right along is oregano oil, something that I don't use a lot of, because when I first bought it, when I first bought all the oils and I was, you know, having a bit of a play around, I was not aware that this oil is really hot on the skin. So you have to be really careful with it. If you're going to apply it to your skin, then it needs to be diluted. It is really good for immune support and really good for like your more fungal infections, so again with warts and that sort of stuff. I also use it in my cleaning. So the other day I watched a story on Instagram of a lady who was cleaning her oven, and she used oregano oil, so oregano and lemon, and she just made it into a paste with some bicarb soda and left it there for a couple of hours, and it just miraculously cleaned everything. And so nesting decided at 6 o'clock the other morning that I would clean the oven, and it is the cleanest it's ever been. I don't think we've actually cleaned it, so this oil is so good. I've also actually used the oregano oil on mouth ulcers. So it was actually an abscess that I have that reoccurs every now and again. So really good. It makes it go away straight away. It does burn on the skin, but it helps so much. So that's why I've still got heaps of it left, because I'm a little bit scared of it, but you can also use it in cooking. I've used it in making spaghetti bolognese and things like that. So also, yeah, just really good as a dried herb instead of a dried herb. Next one, which you will all know as well, is lemon. So lemon is probably, along with lavender, is one of those oils that you will use all the time. You can use it on your bench sprays. It's a neutral deodorizer. It's an antibacterial. It's something that you can have lemon water with. Elevates moods and things like that. So it really helps on pretty much every aspect of your physical, mental, environmental, you know. So I go through this one heaps, as if there's only a little bit left again. So I need to get another one of that one, but that one was because I used it cleaning my oven the other day. So everything smelt lemony fresh. I also love putting a little bit in the toilet once I've cleaned the toilets and stuff like that. So, or just put it in a spray and just as a demister. So it's really, really nice. Okay, so they are the single oils. So now for the blends, there's 4 blends, and these ones all help everything. So the one that we use easily the most is the Easy Air blend. So it has in it eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, cardamom, and 2 other oils that I don't even know what they are. They're like hard to say. Definitely natural, just hard to say. So it's all about clear air. So we use this one with lemon at night, with lavender at night. So helps to make sure that we don't get sore throats. You know, hey, if you've got the aircon on for too long, or if it gets really cold and then you end up waking up with a really sore throat. Not anymore. It's like the natural version of Vicks. So, and if we do have any sniffles or anything in the morning, put a couple of drops in some boiling hot water and inhaling it. Amazing. Do it all the time. It's not something that we really have to worry about too much up here with colds, because obviously it's pretty warm all the time. But I know a lot of southerners, when it gets to winter, this is pretty much your best friend. Another one of your best friends will be the On Guard blend. So it is the protective blend. I personally use this one in my cleaning products. So it's in a spritz bottle that we use on the bench tops and things like that. Also, if I feel like I've been around someone who's been sick, or if I, have spent a day in somewhere that's like the hospital or something like that, I always put this on straight away just to fight off any cold. It's amazing for your immune support. So it's definitely something that you can also take this one in capsules, or you can put a little bit under your tongue and as a mouthwash and things like that. But again, if you're not cool to ingest, then don't do it. Next oil is Digest Zen. So Digest Zen is a really, really great oil for your digestive system. So if you've got pains in the tummy, or things like that, this is your oil. It's not one that I use a lot of, just because we don't have a lot of upset tummies and things like that. But I did use this a lot at the start of my pregnancy. I didn't actually have any morning sickness. Sorry, don't hate me. But I don't know if that's because I was using this. So I had a couple of days where I felt really nauseous, and one day when I was actually quite sick. But other than that, I would rub a little bit of this straight onto my tummy with some oil, with some coconut oil in the morning, and I was not having any morning sickness really at all. So I could just be one of the lucky ones, or it could be that this oil was my lifesaver. I don't know. You be the judge. And the last oil is the Ice Blue. So Ice Blue comes in it's the 5 ml bottle, and it's also a child lock lid, because it is one of those oils that you really don't want your kids getting into. So it's the athletic blend. So if we are talking, it's the natural version of deep heat. So I actually have this in a rub. I made a lot of little ones when I didn't have the rub. It actually comes like there's like a whole series of these ones. So it comes in like an actual rub, and I have been using that on my ribs and on my hips and things like that during pregnancy, because everything is moving and it hurts. So the Ice Blue rub is definitely something that I have been using a lot of. So I still have so much of the oil actually left, but it's I don't know what's in it that makes it. I think it's the blue tansy. So it's got peppermint, lang lang, helichrysum, blue tansy, German chamomile, and wintergreen. So yeah, that's a really, really good one for any muscle soreness or just any overall soreness, and like massage, for deep tissue massage and things like that. So that is, oh, you also get the diffuser. So that's the diffuser there. I was really tossing up when I ordered mine whether to just get the downgraded version and just buy a diffuser from Kmart or things like that. And to be completely honest, I have bought 3 diffusers from just random stores, so like Kmart and the $2 store and things like that, and they're all been really, really bad compared to this one. So it has the options, there's only one mist option. That's probably one of the only things that is a bit of a downfall, but it has 1 hour, 2 hours and 4 hours. So, and then it just turns off automatically. There's a light that you can have it on or off. So it's good, really good if you're having in kids' bedrooms, because it actually acts as a bit of a night light as well, but it will turn off after the 4 hours. So it's just, you just take the lid off, and then when you actually buy it, mine's got water in it at the moment, so I don't want to show you too much. There's a little red line in there that you just fill it up to that. When you buy it, the cord is actually in there. So for ages, I was like, oh my God, they didn't give me a cord. And then I opened it and it was in there. Dumb, I know. Okay, so that is the 10 oils, and just a little bit about them and, you know, what they can do. And I think that's probably enough. I feel like if I talk too much, I'll just bore you. So that is, obviously if you have any questions, you know where I am. Just send me an email or send me a text or Facebook or Instagram or anything else, and I will get back to you. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking this step into wanting to get to know a little bit more about the oils and natural versions and things like that. And obviously just keep updated with my pages, and yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up. All right, see you guys. Thank you.